Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. In this video, I'm going to be talking about wrist strengthening for yoga. So this is a question that we get very frequently. A lot of people tend to get wrist pain when they practice yoga, and they're wondering, how do I make my wrist stronger? How do I prevent this pain from happening? And this is mainly a problem because yoga is very repetitive when it comes to what you do with your wrist. When you're doing yoga, we're either doing, when it comes to your wrist, we're holding ourselves up in the ground in a plank position, or maybe we're shifting slightly toward a down dog. So our wrists are always in this position here. But in order to have complete strength and mobility through our wrist, we need to do other movements. And that means that we're going to do non-yoga exercises. I know it's crazy, right? We're going to do something that isn't yoga. But if you really want to have strong wrist and you don't want to have pain in your wrist when doing, repetitive chaturangas or down dogs or planks, then you actually do need to do these extra exercises. So I'm going to show you 4 exercises that you can do, and you can do these twice per week, maybe 3 times per week, and even just 5 or 10 minutes is going to be really helpful in addressing those root weaknesses or addressing those root causes of weakness that lead to pain when you're doing yoga. So first exercise we can do, I want you to get a dumbbell, anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds. If you're getting stronger, then maybe we get up to 15, 20 pounds. I just have these little kettlebell things here, which will work enough. And you want to do it on an elevated platform of some sort that allows you to isolate your wrist. Right? So we're not going to do it like this without support, because then we're just going to be using our biceps. So I'm going to rest my forearm here. In this case, I'm using a block. And I'm going to let the weight come down all the way, kind of roll it to the tips of my fingertips, bring my fingertips back in, make a fist, and then curl in. And then I'm going to slowly release that. And then again, I'm going to get to the top, squeeze for a second or so, and then slowly release. So you can do this with both sides. You can do it at the same time. And when I do this, I typically do 15 reps, 15 or 20 reps, and I go slow. I want to go for where I'm really holding it and really working on building that strength and holding for time under tension, so to speak. So you can do 15 to 20 of those, and I would do 2 to 3 sets. The other thing we want to do is reverse curls. So this is what we already do with yoga, but it's adding resistance in a different way. So you're just going to flip your hand and keeping the forearm resting. So again, we want to isolate the forearm. We want to make sure that we're not using our upper arm. Palm facing down. You're going to squeeze it up as much as you can, and then slowly release. Just like this. And you can use anything to mimic this. You can use a dumbbell. You could use a barbell to do both hands at once. You could even use a band, right? So if I can pin my band down with one hand, and then I can go like this, like this, that's doing the same thing. So I just want to have some resistance working this reverse curl. I can also do it like this. I just prefer to use a dumbbell. I find that a little more helpful. And then the third exercise we can do here is actually kind of lifting like this. And this is called, let's see here, you've got ulnar deviation and radial deviation. Here we're moving away from the radius. So this is called radial deviation, like this. So you're going to hold your weight, and we actually want to kind of angle this down a little bit. Ideally, we still have something supporting the arm here. So if you can use a bench or even a chair like this, that's going to be a little bit better than the block. So we can hold down here. Again, this hand is going to be kind of down like this, and then we're curling up, but the wrist is sideways now, okay? Like so. And this is a little bit more, not as important as just basic wrist curls and reverse curls, so basic wrist flexion and extension, but it is good to do. So if you have wrist pain and the curls aren't helping, this is a good way to also help. And then the last thing we can do here is the other, right? So we have our radial deviation, and then we can also do ulnar deviation. So we're moving like this before, moving in, and now we're going to move out. So you can hold a resistance band like this, and then we're going to pull we want to get it to the point where I have tension on the band at the beginning of the rep, and then I'm going to pull away, hold for a little bit, slowly release, pull away, hold for a little bit, and release. And I want to make sure that I'm isolating my forearms here. So if you lift your arms up like this, then you're just going to be using your upper back. So we have to release the forearms down, relax your upper arms and your shoulders to do this properly. Otherwise, you're just working on your shoulders. So that's another thing we can do. And with all those, we want to go somewhere between 15 and 20 reps. Do really nice, slow, controlled reps. And you can do 2 to 3 sets. And you can do that anywhere from 2 to 3 times per week. The last exercise I want to show you is grip strength. So this is something that yogis don't really have. We don't really do anything where we're holding something and squeezing it. So for this, you're going to need either dumbbells, you'll need a barbell, or a pull-up bar. So the one exercise we can do is farmer's carries, and I don't really need to demonstrate that, but basically you're just going to hold dumbbells in your hands and go for a walk. Right? So you're holding it in your hands and just going for a walk. Really simple like that, but squeezing that dumbbell as you're doing it. You can also do it, do anything with a barbell. So we can hold the barbell here like this. Probably not going to do that, but that is one thing that we can do. Particularly for me, my favorite grip strengthening exercise is just holding onto a pull-up bar. So if you have a pull-up bar, and I highly recommend getting one, pull-up bar, you're just going to hold, grip as tightly as you can, and then lift maybe one foot off the ground initially, and then maybe both feet. And you're just really squeezing this bar as hard as you can and holding on. And you can start with 30 seconds, you can work you up to 45 to 60 to 90, maybe even to 100 seconds. And this is something that you can actually do every day. And in addition to helping your wrist strength, it's also gonna be really helpful for your shoulders. So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises that we went through. But if you're having wrist pain or you're trying to make sure that you don't get wrist pain, you really want to be doing stuff that isn't yoga to help with strengthening your wrist. And that's actually going to help you with those exercises in yoga that require a lot of wrist strength. Things like crow pose, if you're trying to build up to handstands. If all you do is planks, you're going to cause an imbalance. That's going to eventually lead to pain, discomfort, and even potential injury. So make sure you're doing these exercises. And again, if you can do them 2 to 3 times per week, it only takes 10, 15, maybe even 5 minutes. You're really going to notice an improvement in how your wrists are feeling. So that's pretty much it. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like the video, leave a comment, say hi. If you're watching this in the members area, thank you for being part of the Manful Yoga community. We're releasing these videos every Monday in the training tools section of our members area, and then either that Monday or the following days on our public YouTube channel and other social media. If you have a question that you want to ask, leave it in the comments section. If it's a good one, or it's something that I want to address, then I might make a video about it. But let me know what your questions are, and I'll try to fit it into our schedule. That's pretty much it. Hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.